Hello everyone, this is Sura dialing in live from the BC Islands. If you are running about your day, I'd love for you to join me with just a few centering breaths. Just taking this moment to slow down and reconnect to your breath just by taking a few gentle heart breaths in through the back of your heart. And then exhaling out through the front of your heart, giving yourself this chance to fully arrive here and now. Breathing in through the back of the heart, letting yourself find a moment of stillness, and then exhaling out through the front of your heart, relaxing, grounding yourself to the earth. Today's talk is meditation for health professionals. If you are a doctor, nurse, healer, therapist, coach, counselor, teacher, this talk is for you. It's about bringing your meditation practice to your work and all that you do. When you take time to meditate in the morning and really focus on what's important, and you show up and you're balanced and centered to the people that you're of service to, then you're able to be of even greater service, not just to them, but to yourself. Because this kind of work is demanding. When we are there to be a presence, to listen to other people, to listen to their deepest stories, their wounds, it can be energetically demanding. And when we take that time to really be with ourselves in the morning, then we're able to be that clear space for others, and we don't get lost in that space. We don't get lost in other people's problems and their stories. We don't come home feeling drained and spread apart and convoluted at the end of the night. And this is what meditation can help us do. It allows us to show up and be clear as ourselves, to really give the most of ourselves without losing ourselves in that process. I emphasize this because many practitioners tend to be givers. They know how to give. They give and give and give and give. Meditation is a form of self-care. And when you take that time to take care of yourself, you're actually giving to that practice of showing up for other people. So it's really, in the past, we've had archetypes that we've related to. Martyrs, people that just gave and gave. Mother Teresa, right? She is the major archetype for a woman of service, of selfless service. And today, I think many of us realize that this isn't a sustainable way to live and to be. Unless you really have that, if you really have that archetype in your blueprint, and it's refreshing for you to constantly give. For most of us, what is refreshing and rejuvenating and restorative is to give that time to ourselves, to take time to be in solitude, to be quiet, to have our own time for reflection, healing, and integration. Because as we are of service to others, we provide healing to others, we provide that to ourselves as well. We cannot help but be affected by the process and journeys of other people. So in that sense, meditation really helps us to develop that center, that ground, and it's also a tool that we can offer to the people that we work with. When we learn how to breathe and get centered in our body, we can then offer that to the people that we work with, and it becomes an empowerment tool for them to resource themselves. The consciousness of a practitioner is of utmost importance, okay? So health has a resonance. It has a vibration, a frequency. It's very easy to tell if somebody's healthy, right? They have, you could tell they have a life force that's running through them. There's a radiance, there's energy. And then you can also tell when someone isn't healthy, right? They're depleted. They don't have energy. We can tell when there is a lack of health that is present. And it doesn't matter where somebody is in that spectrum. I mean, we've all been sick and we've all gone through stuff. We've all had trauma and wounds. But for you to start to develop and cultivate a strong meditation practice, you every day take that time to attune to the health within your own system. And I want to tell you a story. I travel a lot, so I get to see different practitioners, different doctors, different dentists. And, you know, I saw this dentist before, and every time she looked into my mouth, she found things that were wrong. You know, you have this, there's so many problems. It just seemed like my whole mouth was just diseased. And I remember leaving and feeling like I just had a really unhealthy mouth, even though there was technically nothing wrong. There were just all these things that needed to be fixed. And then I went to another dentist because I had been traveling on the West Coast for teeth cleaning. And she looked in my mouth and she said, "Wow, you have such amazing teeth. They are so healthy. You've done an amazing job keeping up the health of your mouth." And I came away from that dental appointment just feeling really good about the state of my teeth. And so this is just a small example of how the way we approach people is so important. If we approach people with a sense of wholeness and health, we invite them to resonate to that place within themselves. And if we're in a bad place, if we don't feel good about ourselves, we might tend to feel more critical or judgmental or, you know, kind of cutting off the possibility of health. And in that way, when we start to look at people as unhealthy or, you know, they've got problems, or just because we're not within our own health system, then they receive that. Whether it's explicitly stated or not, people feel that. They come away from your sessions either feeling more balanced, more healthy, better about themselves. Because even if, let's say somebody wasn't healthy, it's not about being like a Pollyanna and trying to get them to be optimistic. It's more about giving them the opportunity to connect with the health within themselves. So even if they have things that they're working with, there's always that possibility of finding health within themselves. So your consciousness, and every day that you meditate, you are raising your consciousness. You're expanding your consciousness. You're giving yourself an opportunity to come into balance, to what people call a high frequency, a high vibration, or just simply health. Finding that place of health within yourself. And this is how meditation can really be of service in our own practice. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'll also be offering a training next year in the fall, meditation coach training for health professionals. So if you are in any professional position, this training will be available to you, and you can supplement meditation to your own life and then also be able to guide meditation for others. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.